written so far. It's time for you to scrap this idea and come up with another one. You're trying too hard." My phone buzzed, and because I didn't know what to say to my best friend, I picked it up. Kobe had responded. "Kobe."
"Was that a serious inquiry?"
Me. "Of course. My message made my intentions clear." Kobe.
"I'm not sure how to respond to that."
Me. "Okay, how about this? If you were a library book, I'd check you out." Kobe.
"I didn't think it could get worse."
Me. "Oh, baby, I'm just warming up. I have so many more I can dish out." Kobe.
LOL.
"Why are you smiling so hard?" Stacy asked. "I got one to bite." She grinned like a fool and joined me on the love seat, demanding to see pictures. Even though she thought I should get serious about dating, she was entertained by my antics and how men sometimes responded to my messages. We went through the pics he had that didn't show us how he looked in the least. Stacy insisted on choosing the next bad pickup line, and I left my phone with her while I went to the kitchen to start dinner. She may have a point about me trying to date someone, but I couldn't see that turning out well in the end for me. I took a couple of deep breaths in and out to clear my head before turning on the Bluetooth speaker. "Put on my latest playlist, Stace," I called to her. She did as I asked as I started pulling out pots and pans. I already knew what I was going to cook: baked chicken, spinach, and brown rice. Our New Year's resolution had been to eat healthier. A few weeks into the new year, and we were sticking to it so far. We'd see how long it lasted. I stared at the blinking cursor on the blank white page of my document. I hadn't even typed Chapter 1, because I wanted to have a clever chapter title that was also eluding me. This story was the one that had evaded me since I started it 5 years ago. I always moved on to something else as soon as I got stuck, but not this time. My mentor, Valerie Quinn, best-selling multi-award-winning author, had challenged me to write at least 2 chapters for a total of 2,400 words by the end of this week. I'd spent 4 hours on the phone with her, coming up with a new plot and character backgrounds to fit my story. When I'd gotten off the phone, I'd felt invigorated and filled with a sense of hope. I decided to go to bed early last night and get a fresh start on this manuscript today. I came to the Busy Bean as soon as possible so I could get my other work done and start on this story. At the moment, I couldn't live off what I made from publishing my books. Because of that, I also worked as a freelance editor, a virtual assistant, and a social media manager for 2 authors, Amelia Court Brooks and Jaleesa Wright. I liked that I didn't do the same thing every week, and I got to read books before they were even published. I finished all my other tasks by noon, which gave me a good 6 hours to work on my manuscript. Only I'd been sitting here for the last hour, staring at a blank screen. No words were flowing at all despite having outlined the first 5 chapters. Valerie had even sent detailed notes from our conversation, but none of it was helping. My head fell into my hands as I let out a groan. What was it about this story, Imagine Us, that stalled me every damn time? It shouldn't have been this hard. Stacy's words from a couple days ago found their way to the forefront of my brain. She had a point. This may not be that $1 million idea that would allow me to quit all my side jobs and write full-time. But would Valerie encourage me to pursue it if she thought it was a dead end? I let out another groan. These thoughts weren't getting me anywhere. I needed some sustenance and a break. I pushed back from the table, standing and stretching out my tight muscles. I turned to head to the counter to order a sandwich and drink for lunch, but my feet didn't take me in that direction. Instead, they refused to move as my eyes latched on the 2 men standing and talking at the end of the line. Zeke Armstrong and Daniel Griffin. 2 men I despise.